What's up everyone, Dr. Smith, physical therapist here. Many of you know me as the founder of the Only 10 CEU Home Health Mentorship course. I've actually also created another course called Rehab Pro CEU Approval that teaches you how to get your course approved for CEUs so you can have more sales. Now, one of the most common questions that I get from people that take my home health course or from people who take my Rehab Pro course: will the course I create and get approval in a certain state be transferred to another state? The answer is usually yes, but it also depends. If you have approval by the APTA or a state board that is part of the APTA, then the answer is usually yes. Now, if you do not have that, well, then the answer is going to be no. But even if you don't have that, if you create the files I teach you in the Rehab Pro course, or just have files in general because you didn't create a shit product and you give your attendees files, well, then they will be able to submit for individual application in most states. Now, we'll go through this list here, and if you want this list, you can click the link below and get a copy of it. But Alabama, reciprocity, pretty easy. Alaska, individual form. Arizona, reciprocity. Arkansas, individual form. California, individual form most likely, but you can also get some reciprocity if you have an APTA-sponsored course in another state. Colorado, reciprocity. Connecticut, reciprocity. Delaware, reciprocity. Florida, it depends. In my Rehab Pro course, I walk you through how to get approved in Florida. That's going to be your best bet to get approved by the FPTA. Then it will allow you to have reciprocity in many of these other states. Georgia, reciprocity. Hawaii, reciprocity. Idaho, reciprocity. In Illinois, you're going to need individual approval. Indiana, reciprocity. Iowa, reciprocity. Kansas, reciprocity. Louisiana, you can get individual approval, but it seems like it's going to be a pain in the ass. In Maine, you don't need CEUs. You're okay. You're good to go. Doesn't actually matter. So it doesn't matter if you live in Maine or want credits in Maine. You don't need them. Doesn't really apply to you. You're probably not even watching this video. In Maryland, reciprocity. Massachusetts, again, no CEU requirements. In Michigan, reciprocity. Minnesota, reciprocity. Mississippi, reciprocity. And again, this is if you have an APTA or state PT board approval. If you don't have that, you're not going to get the reciprocity. You're going to need individual approval or go and submit in these states. Again, something I teach you how to do in the Rehab Pro CEU course. In Missouri, reciprocity. Montana, reciprocity. Nebraska, reciprocity. Nevada seems like a pain in the ass, so it's best to just get approved through them and just deal with them by themselves. New Hampshire, no reciprocity, at least from what I found online, just seems like a huge pain in the ass. New Jersey, individual approval. New Mexico, reciprocity. New York, it depends. It's going to be a pain in the ass in New York as well, but not as much as these other states highlighted in red. In North Carolina, reciprocity. North Dakota, reciprocity. Ohio, you can have your course attendee put in an individual application. Good to go. Oklahoma, no reciprocity. Oregon, reciprocity. Pennsylvania, reciprocity. Rhode Island, reciprocity. South Carolina, reciprocity. South Dakota, reciprocity. Tennessee, reciprocity. Texas, if you have an APTA-sponsored course, again, you're good to go. If not, individual approval. Again, just create forms for your course members. You'll be good to go. Utah, reciprocity. Vermont, reciprocity. Virginia, reciprocity. Washington, reciprocity. DC, reciprocity. West Virginia, Wisconsin, and Wyoming, all reciprocity. And again, this took actually a very, very long time to create, but I needed this for my own purposes of my home health course. When people ask me, hey, I live in the state, does it transfer over? You know, my course is approved by the FPTA in Florida for home health, so I needed to do this research, but also in my other course where I teach you how to make your course CEUs and create all these files for reciprocity or individual approval, I needed to go and do this. This actually took about 2 days to create and cross-check and reference everything. But if you want this list, you can grab it below. If not, just watch the video. I hope it was helpful, and I hope it answers a lot of your questions on if your CEUs are transferable. Now, remember, if you're looking at a CEU course that's not in your state, make sure you ask for a state board or APTA state board reference number. For an example, I know my course has that reference number in Florida, but if they do not have an approval number, then you may not be able to get the reciprocity for your state. Also, make sure they give you forms on the CV for the presenter, course objectives, certificate, everything that you're going to need for individual approval, because that's what you're going to need to do if the course isn't approved in your state and it's not APTA state board approved. Now, I know CEUs are kind of all over the place, kind of dysregulated, lots of CEUs out there, and you just don't know what to take, but hopefully this will help clear things up for you. And if you want to work with me on creating a CEU course, reach out to me. Anyway, I'm Dr. Smith, physical therapist, and I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, comment below. See you in the next video. Thank you.